Hi, Kevin. Welcome to IWM Buzz. First of all, many congratulations for the lovely journey that you have had so far in Splitsvilla. To begin with, how do you sum up the entire journey so far?
Thank you, man. It was great. It had its ups and downs, but it was fun.
Yeah,
I loved
yeah,
being on the show.
yes. Of course, it opens new doors of opportunities. You get to understand a lot of new things which you probably didn't know before
Yeah.
participating in a reality show. So, of course, I'm pretty sure that has happened with you as well. But what I want to know is that how has your perception towards reality shows changed? After Splitsvilla and before Splitsvilla, how has the perception changed?
So honestly, I never watched any of the reality shows like at all.
Yeah,
I never watched any
yeah,
show in general,
yeah, yeah,
other than web series and stuff. But then after being on Roadies and then being on Splits, I became a fan.
yeah,
So I just started
yeah,
like watching the previous seasons, and I'm looking forward to the next contestants that are gonna come.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. That sounds interesting. Of course, we are aware about this, physical fight that unfortunately or fortunately, whatever that has happened over there.
Definitely
How,
unfortunate.
but how do you look at it? I mean, do you have any regrets in your heart? Maybe do you feel that things could have panned out differently had you probably maintained a little bit of calm and cool? How do you look at if you had to go back to hindsight? How do you look at it?
And of course, I definitely regret doing that, reacting that way, because if I wouldn't have,
Yeah,
then I had a high chance of winning, I guess.
yeah,
So the regret is definitely there, and because of that, somebody else had to leave the show because of me.
yeah.
So that, yeah, it sucked. I wouldn't do it again. If that happened, if I
Yeah.
were to go back, then I definitely wouldn't make the same mistake for sure.
So do you take this as a big lesson in life? Because
Oh
lessons
yeah,
are something that we always look forward to. It doesn't really depend on any age. So do you feel
yeah,
you have matured a lot more compared to how it was before you entered the show?
yes, for sure. I'm less
Interesting.
honestly being on the show,
Yeah.
like you're in that bubble. We were in the bubble too for like seven
Yeah.
seven days before the show even started. So it was
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
the other seasons. So the
Yeah.
pressure was kind of too much, and the fact that I was doing a lot to win, that built up a lot of pressure in my head. So it put me in that zone where
Yeah.
whatever anybody would say would just like piss me off and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not like that. Like I'm not angry all the time. I'm a very chill guy. Like I don't fight with anyone outside of reality
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely did take a big lesson from it that anything
Interesting.
can happen. Yeah, I learned a lot, and I would never fight outside a ring or a cage ever again. That I know for a fact. So yeah.
Well, of course, you have learned, and I'm pretty sure you've become a better person with this as well. But how has your parents or maybe your family reacted to the entire thing? Because on one side, you are like this hero over there who's getting so much of love, and suddenly, one incident happens and, a lot of perception change. How has your family and your near one supported you in this situation?
So my family has been supporting me since I was a kid with whatever I did. Doesn't matter good or
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Because they're my family after all. If they don't support me, then I'm lost. Um, my mom felt very bad. My dad also felt very bad. He said that you let your anger take control and all that stuff, or else you would have won. Blah blah blah.
yeah.
So yeah, so they were like they weren't that sad about it, but they weren't that
Yeah.
happy about it either. So somewhere in the middle. So yeah,
Somewhere in the middle, neutral.
yeah, neutral.
Of course, we talk about these connections that happen in these reality shows. Some connections maybe tend to last even beyond the show, and some connections, as we have seen in the past, is just maybe a manipulative technique that was done just for the show. And once the show got over, things were done and dusted. Nobody cared a damn. So, how do you look at this entire thing? I mean, your connection with Kat has been a talking point for a long time. How do you look at this entire connection thing in this reality show segment?
So a lot of people act after they come out of the show. They act like they're
Yeah,
together to
yeah,
get a lot of hype because fans love romantic stuff, you know? They
Yeah.
love that connection. It's a show of
Yeah.
connection. It's a
Yes.
game of love. So,
Yes.
I'm not that guy. I'm a very real person. Like if I'm not dating anyone, then I'll be honest
Yeah.
about it. I can't fake a relationship. So I definitely
Yeah.
didn't fake anything. And I don't
Yeah.
think she did either. We were both just playing the game and we were so close on the show that everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But then after
Yeah.
the show, we came to a few stuff that was not really good. So we ended up fighting about it and then it ended. So yeah, so the show
But
was
I think
pretty good.
kudos.
Like our connection on the show was really good. But then after the show, we
Yeah.
had our personal problems. So yeah,
So basically, you were saying that you're not in touch with her anymore, right?
no, I am not in touch with her anymore.
I think that's a big statement and an honest statement to make. Thank you so much. You've been really honest and candid throughout this entire conversation. God bless you,
Thank
brother.
you.
Wish you all the
Thank
best
you, man.
in the future. Take
Thank
care.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
You're welcome. Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure.